Scarlet discovers true strength. Prologue. So you're saying Vega heard from her? Cross my stars. A holotext. She got it last night. Well, what did it say? Where has she been this whole time? Is she in Starland City? Did she run away? Scarlet recognized the Star Darling's voices outside her window immediately. She didn't have to peer down, but she did. She could also tell right away that they were talking about her. How dare they? Was all she could think. Scarlet was perched up in the loft of her dorm room. Her new dorm room, a place that, these star days, she seldom left. It had all happened so fast it still felt like yesterday. Lady Stella's informing her that her being assigned to the Star Darlings was all a starmendous and most unfortunate mistake, and that, as a result, she would need to be reassigned to a new dorm room, so her replacement, some meek-looking orange-haired first-year student, could move into hers. At first, Scarlet had looked at that, at least, as the silver lining, since she and her roommate Leona had been bickering. But it didn't take long for her to realize that there would never, in a moonium star years, be any silver linings to the cloud she had found herself in. It didn't say where Scarlet's been, unfortunately. That tinkly voice belonged to Cassie. Scarlet gazed down at the top of the first-year student's silver-white pigtailed head. She and her roommate, Sage, were walking along the path between their Little Dipper dorm building and the Big Dipper dorm, where third and fourth years like Scarlet lived. Scarlet couldn't help smiling as she thought how clueless they were. She was right there, just 2 floors above them, and they had no idea. All the holotext said, Cassie went on, was for Vega to meet her in the hedge maze, which makes me wonder if Scarlet's still here at school. Sage tossed her long lavender hair dramatically from one shoulder to the other, a habit that had always made Scarlet roll her eyes. I don't know, Sage said. If Scarlet was at school, don't you think she'd go to classes? I mean, she's already been kicked out of the Star Darlings. Does she want to get kicked out of school, too? Kicked out? She nearly leaned out to yell, I was not kicked out. She wasn't kicked out, said Cassie. Thank you, thought Scarlet. Cassie always had seemed a little smarter than the rest. Exactly. I mean, she didn't do anything wrong. Mistakes happen, I guess, Sage said. She shrugged and retossed her hair. Mistakes? Thought Scarlet. Mistakes? Accidentally using your roommate's toothlight was a mistake. Being told that you, in fact, weren't Star Darling's material? That wasn't a mistake. It was just plain wrong. I don't know. Below, Cassie slowed to a stop, pulling Sage with her. Their arms were linked, as starling arms usually were when they walked together. What? Said Sage. It's just... so many strange things are going on. There's poor Leona, ruining her wish pendant and not getting a power crystal when her mission was otherwise such a success. Well, wasn't that her fault? She never used her special powers. I know, but to ruin your wish pendant? Cassie shook her head. Above, Scarlet nodded sympathetically. Leona's ruined wish pendant didn't come close, of course, to Scarlet's losing her place as a Star Darling, but it had to hurt. And then, of course, there are those flowers. Cassie went on. Have you noticed, by the way, that we aren't fighting anymore? Oh, Cassie! A laugh bubbled out of Sage as she started to pull Cassie forward. You and your conspiracy theories. You are too cute. Really, you are.